Are you thinking about moving to Morgan Hill or the Bay Area in general? Today we are going to be talking about the pros and cons of Morgan Hill, California. And make sure you stick around for the last con because it's probably the most important thing. If we haven't met before, my name is Christa Nielsen in Silicon Valley with Real Broker, and welcome to my channel. Before we get into today's topic, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And if you're thinking about moving to the area or in California in general, make sure to text me at this number below. If you want to email me, that's great. My email is info@christanielsengroup.com. The first pro that I'm going to start out with is the community in Morgan Hill. It is an incredible community, and I can say so for myself because my family and I personally live here too. The people in Morgan Hill are absolutely incredible. The neighbors all want to help each other out. We have a wonderful farmers market where it feels kind of like a community meetup every Saturday, and good luck going to Target or Safeway without running into someone, especially if you go in your pajamas. The community here truly believes in this town. We have tons of neighborhood cleanup days. We have beautification days. It's just the sense of what's around us. The next pro is definitely the affordability of Morgan Hill compared to cities in its proximity. So if you take the same exact home in San Jose, Cupertino, Los Gatos, other slightly more expensive areas and drop it into Morgan Hill, you'd have a decent percentage drop in the price as well. Roughly about 15 to 20%. Now that greatly changes based on what city we're comparing it to. The other thing is lot sizes in Morgan Hill are generally larger than the average lot size in the rest of the South Bay. So you feel like you absolutely get more for your money. The next pro is open space. We have so much open space in Morgan Hill. It's still a lot of agricultural space and preserved land. We have so much hiking and so much cycling. It's just a very active outdoor community. If you want a list of where to go hiking or you want a list of the best places to go cycling, definitely let me know in the comments. I would be happy to share that with you. The next pro is dining options. And I'm going to add a bonus that this also includes wine and beer, because what is dining without wine and beer? There are tons of restaurants in Morgan Hill that are very specifically local to our city. You will find a lot of locally sourced produce and items on the menu as well. We have fantastic tap rooms that include very locally sourced beers, and we have, of course, a lot of wineries, and you could spend an entire Saturday exploring several and still have a long list to go. Okay, we're moving on to cons. Although it's not something I like to talk about, if you're thinking about moving here, it's very important to know the good, the bad, and the ugly. First one I'd say is there's no public transportation that's easily accessible. So a lot of larger cities where you would have very intricate bus systems, train systems, other public transit, that doesn't quite exist in Morgan Hill. There are bus systems, there is Caltrain, but it doesn't come through as often as a lot of other larger cities. If you're looking for public transportation that's really high, you're going to have to go to much larger cities like San Jose or San Francisco specifically. The next one I'd say is there's no mall or mega shopping center. I don't know if this is necessarily a con, but if you're under the age of 18, maybe it is. I don't care about having a mall. I actually prefer that we don't have a mall, but we have small to medium-sized shopping centers. We have a Target, we have grocery stores, and we have some shopping locally. We're also in proximity to a mall within 20 minutes, and we have the Gilroy outlets, which are kind of like a mall, an outdoor mall. So we have a lot of options. They're just not directly inside of Morgan Hill. The next one I would say is a bedroom community. Now, just like the mall conversation, this isn't necessarily a negative to every person, but if you're looking to move to Morgan Hill for employment, you're probably going to be a little out of luck. There aren't huge companies in Morgan Hill. I would say the largest business employment opportunity in Morgan Hill is the Morgan Hill Unified School District. There aren't a lot of large tech companies, or really many at all. We do have some companies such as Specialized that is absolutely well known, but the actual location here in town, the headquarters, isn't that large. If you're looking to live here and commute elsewhere, then this is absolutely a great option for you. Okay, second to last one, I would say, is places closing early. This is changing as Morgan Hill is changing in itself. However, if you want to go out to dinner and it's a Monday evening, you're probably going to be cut off by about 8 or 9 p.m. You don't have a lot of later evening options. I'm old, so I don't really care. And I don't usually stay up past 9 or 10 o'clock anyway, unless I'm feeling really crazy. But there are a few restaurants that are starting to stay open. There are a few tap rooms that are starting to stay open, but definitely look up their hours before you start making late night plans. Okay, the last con of Morgan Hill is probably the most important one, and the one that I urge you to explore a little bit more if you're thinking about moving here, and that is traffic. There is a lot of traffic, and especially coming out of the pandemic where so many people were working from home, now you are starting to see people go back to their offices and there's a lot more traffic. The worst of the traffic you'll find is typically between about 6:45, 7 o'clock in the morning until about 8:30 going north to most tech campuses. And then the other direction in the afternoons, expect traffic to start relatively early, about 3:30 p.m. heading south from the rest of the Bay Area. And it's going to typically be bad all the way until you hit the Hollister exit. So if you're thinking about moving here, I would say do a few trial runs during the times that you're going to be commuting anyway. I know when I was commuting to Redwood Shores every day, which is about an hour away, I would actually leave at 5 a.m., go to the gym there and get ready there because I would rather spend that time doing something than sitting in traffic. So there's definitely options, and tech buses are back as well, going to Apple and Google. So if that is a curiosity of yours, definitely investigate that a little bit further. So the question is to you, if these pros and cons are worth it, not worth it, let me know in the comments if you want to hear pros and cons of other areas that you're thinking about moving, or if you can think of others in Morgan Hill specifically. With all of that said, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, and do not hesitate to reach out to us if you're thinking about moving to California. Once again, my name is Christa Nielsen with Real Broker, and I will see you soon.